I have a song on the original album called Hello, featuring Sir. Amazing artist, amazing guy. And at the time, the song didn't have a feature. I was looking for a rapper to get on it. I couldn't find one. We were in the session, mixing the album. The cars are just... I was like, I'm still looking for somebody to rap on the song. He was like, well, I'll do it. And I didn't even think to ask him because I forgot that he raps. I knew that he sings because I listen to his music. And yeah, he knocked the verse out that day, and it was dope. It's like my favorite part of the whole song. And he just made it easy for me to complete the missing puzzle piece. It was a little frustrating that I couldn't recover those session files for How Low to put it on the new album, but you can still listen to it. It'll be available on SoundCloud. It'll still be on Apple Music and Spotify.
This album is definitely a classic. It has all the elements of what would make up a great body of work. Great storytelling, great production, great songwriting, and JaVonté's got this really masterful approach to his arrangements that is so unique to him. So when you put all those elements together, it gives you this really, really amazing body of work. And I'm super excited that we're celebrating the re-release with this remaster and some new songs. So congrats, JaVonté.
I started writing and recording this album in 2012, something like that. 2012. My best friend passed away. I quit music altogether. And Tay Beast, my brother, he reached out and wanted to do a beat tape with me singing background vocals on instrumentals. And it was something that I had never done before. I had never heard the idea before. And he was just like, do whatever you want. I just want backgrounds on the records. So I did a couple records. And mind you, I'm depressed about my friend. I'm quitting music. I'm never doing music again because she's the person who taught me how to write. She taught me how to write conceptually, and I was just over it. So I did the records for Tay, and then I wrote Supernova. And from Supernova, I just started writing again. And in the midst of that, I started working with my other brother, Iman Amari, and we created The Truth. And then we also created Where Have You Been? I think maybe Where Have You Been might have come first though. I can't remember the timeline, but yeah, we created those records. And at the time I wasn't even really working on the album. I was just writing music as therapy. And then eventually all the other songs came. I think at the time I was maybe unemployed. So I had a lot of time to write. I had a lot of time to think and conceptualize the album. And then we finally put it out in 2014. Just revisiting the music. Like I don't really listen to my music once I put it out. I listen to it a lot before I put it out, like obsessively. And then when I put
My phone keeps doing go from I listen to
why I oughta
and then the honking right after it said what
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I listen to my music a lot before I release it. And so yeah, when I put this album out, I didn't really go back to it as much as I was listening to it when I was kind of like amping up to release it. So just having to listen to the mixes and the masters and make sure everything was cool, I was like, oh, this is actually some cool music. And I'm really proud of the fact that I was able to release it originally, and it made me even more proud to re-release it again with the new music as well. Believe in the fact that you are dope. Don't let anybody let you second guess who you are or what you can do. The moment you do that, you're free to write about whatever you want to write about. You're free to express yourself, even outside of music. You're free to express yourself however you choose to express yourself. And there's no right or wrong way to approach music. Everybody approaches it differently. So you're not doing something wrong approaching it your way. It's your way. And so yeah, I feel like I've gained a lot of confidence since releasing this album the first time. Confidence in myself as a person and as an artist. And I feel like I'm more free to just write whatever and however I want to, without feeling like I gotta fit inside somebody's box of what music should sound like. It's whatever you want it to sound like. And those are the best records. The records where you can just be yourself, in my opinion. Well, I missed the Insecure boat, and I'm very, 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 very upset about that. But if I had the opportunity, definitely Healing Balloon, Start Over, Where Have You Been would go in plenty of scenes in Insecure. Also, there's another new series called Harlem that I would love to be a part of. I actually finished the series the other day, and that show had my Shazam popping. Like, I was Shazamming songs left and right. And I think this album would fit the storyline of Harlem too, because it's talking about relationships, getting over your ex, getting back with your ex, starting over, free to roam. Used to be, letting go, running back. That could go on that series too. Talking about, I wondered what would happen if you came running back to me. Like, what would our life be if I came back, or if you came back, or if we never left? Like, what would our life be right now if we had to just stuck it out? If I had to just treated you right? So yeah, I think those are two series that I would love to be a part of. But shout out to y'all for those amazing series. They got me crying laughing. I would love for K Tronada to remix The Truth. I think that would be freaking crazy. Yeah. Please, K Tronada, I would love to work with you. I've been wanting to work with you forever. Since Janet Jackson If. Since Gold and Jill Scott. I think Smino would be dope on Dreams. I think he could relate to having to give up some stuff, maybe sacrificing some stuff to live his dream, maybe moving away from his hometown. I don't know if he still lives in St. Louis, but if he doesn't, I'm sure he can relate to leaving St. Louis and going off and venturing off and getting into his dreams and really finding out what that looks like. So I think he would, and plus he's just an incredible artist. More than a rapper, I feel like he's a jazz singer. He's crazy.
Every now and again, you get a pairing of creatives that really change the game, that really drive innovation in music. It's not super common, but when it happens, it's magical. Think Rodney Jerkins and Brandy. Think A Tribe Called Quest and Jay Dilla. This is like the perfect examples of what they brought. It was like Brandy meets Jay Dilla. It was crazy, life-changing. Man, when I heard the sound, the marriage between the two creatives of JaVonté and Amon Amari, it was perfection.
Well, Out of Town is a true story. It's not one that I like to revisit a lot, but You know, I met someone. We lived in the same city for a moment, and then we didn't. So I wrote a song about it. I mean, the song is pretty self-explanatory, so if you haven't heard it, check it out. It's, I think, an incredible song produced by JaVonté. Yeah, we had a date on Mulholland Drive one day, overlooking the stars. And yeah, it ended, and we became friends, but we're not talking anymore. So. Hold on, let me put on my smart guy glasses. No, for real. I just want to say thank y'all for your continued support. It really means a lot that you guys are still tagging me in your posts about Where Have You Been, which came out 7 years ago. Some of the music is probably like 9 or 10 years old. The truth, I know, is like at least 8 or 9 years old. And you guys still show love. It's a testament of good, classic music. Shout out to all the producers that worked on this record: Iman Omari, JaVonté, Jarius Mosey, Mark Eccles, Corn Austin. Let me see if I'm forgetting anybody else. Shout out to El Camille, Alex Isley. I'm sorry if I forgot anybody. Shout out to Amir for the background on Free to Roam. That record couldn't be dope without you. And shout out to Jarius for remixing and remastering it. Shout out to Sir for Hello. And peace out.
Cut.
So I do have merchandise. As you can see, I'm wearing a shirt. I do have 4 options for this shirt, and then I also have some hoodies because it is hoodie season. But yeah, you can. I'll link my bio. I'll what do I want to say? Damn, niggas is thirsty for the sales, cuz.
What's all you've listened and learned about your creative process since the album originally came out?
Oh man, the most valuable lesson I've learned. They're just rude over here. The most valuable lesson I've learned within my, what was the question?
Most valuable lesson you've learned about your career.
We got some new jams, and ain't some jams.
Free?
What's your favorite memory from the What's your favorite memory from completing the first? What? My favorite memory from completing the album. Yeah, it just made me proud to. I don't know what I say. It doesn't matter. New music, duh.
Where is your microphone? Oh.
Did you have something to drink? Well,